Weezer Hurley.
Well, my needle drops. It's Anthony Fantano here, the internet's busiest music nerd. You know what, there's an interview down there in the D-box that I actually forgot to put in there yesterday because, well, you guys know why. But we gotta do an album review, the new Weezer LP, Hurley. Of course, this thing doesn't come out until next week, but Weezer is streaming it online in full now on their MySpace, link down there in the D-box. Weezer is another band that I'm reviewing that really needs no introduction. Yeah, they don't need one. Everybody knows that Weezer has this tendency to irk people who are in my demographic, mostly because of how their sound has changed from the Blue Album up until today. And for a lot of people, I know Raditude was one of Weezer's greatest offenses. I know most of the time when I'm listening to a Weezer track that I don't like, I'm usually like this. I am not enjoying this Weezer song. I think I will change the track. Whereas on some more recent tracks, I know I was more like... But I'm here to tell you that even though this LP is not perfect, I think it's something that old school fans and new school fans can take seriously, which may be hard to believe, so let me rephrase that. I think this album is something that old school fans and new school fans can take seriously. There's a slight but very noticeable change in Weezer's sound right from the get-go of this LP with the lead single, Memories. Weezer hasn't been sounding this distorted or this dirty in a while. I mean, the band's not going lo-fi or anything, but the LP is really devoid of that squeaky clean rock sound that made a couple of their previous LPs sound a little too sanitary for me. I'd say here River's songwriting is as strong as ever, and it's awesome to hear the band just transform these songs into a few different styles. There's some straightforward balladry on Unbroken with lots of flute playing in the background and some flute runs that actually sound a lot like Aqualung from Jethro Tull. But for me, it's one of the most memorable songs on the LP. Great melody, great hook. I think my only issue with this song, as it is with a lot of songs here, is that there are a couple cliche moments in the lyrics with "can't you see?" It's a line that's been said again and again and again and again by bands both good and bad, which is partially why I would like to see that line avoided, but still, the song is too catchy and too enjoyable to get hung up on 3 words. There are also some unapologetic fist-pumping rockers on here like "Where's My Sex?", which is actually one of the lowest points on the album for me just because of the really weird vocal delivery and the cheesy bridge, but the lowest points on Hurley are nowhere near as low as points on, like, let's say, Make Believe. I mean, this track is no Beverly Hills. Weezer gets a really nice overblown acoustic sound on the ending track, Time Flies, and the song Ruling Me actually sounds like maybe a classic Weezer song, but kind of sped up with a little added arrangement on it. There are moments where it's angsty, it's cute, it's tense, it's mellow, it's gregarious, it's just looking to have a party, it's nostalgic, it's innocent. There are a lot of different emotions flowing throughout this thing. Sure, there were some tracks that I thought were okay. There were some production moments I didn't really care for, like putting a drum machine behind the track Smart Girls, but nothing struck me here as offensively bad. Weezer hasn't sounded this cohesive, this consistent in a while. Now, I know a lot of people are still hung up on the fact that Weezer is not really exactly the same band that they used to be, and that's fine. That's fine. That's okay. If I want the Blue Album, I'll take it out of my CD tower and I'll put it in the CD player. I'm sure this is going to please new fans, and I urge any old school fans who may be a little too cynical to listen to Weezer again to at least give this album a try. I think at least 1 or 2 songs will impress you. I'm actually feeling a light to decent 7 on this thing. Much higher than I would have scored Raditude, much higher than I would have scored Red. But what do you guys think of this LP? There's quite a bit of change on this thing. Weezer is coming out with this on an independent label. Maybe this will be a string of releases on Epitaph, or maybe Weezer's just going to release independently from now on. Who knows? Where do you think Weezer's going to go after this? Maybe towards something more enjoyable? Or do you think they'll keep making records that you hate or love? Anthony Fantano, Weezer Hurley, forever.